The brutal stabbing starts. It's painful. Definitely not what you want to see, but that's how it sometimes is. You see the odds of GG Bet, by the way, directly on your screen, brought to you by passively me. I mean, I click on it, then it's on. I click on it again, it's off. It's magic. It's a 21st century, and it's technology being astonishingly good by just clicking buttons. I love 2018. Did I ever say that? I love the year where we got ourselves self-driving cars and even better not self-driving cars. I don't know, I'm just still the good guy, the good old guy with an engine that needs petroleum. But that might be just me. I love Roblox. That's the wrong stream you're at then. Counter-Strike Global Offensive, we're taking a look at the StarSeries I-League Season 6. I got it right this time. Qualifier for an overpass. And that should be definitely 100% the map of Windigo. That be just besides that they have picked this map, Windigo. They're quite dominant at it. It's most of the time EPG not really showing us what they're able to do on Germany-based and surrounded map. It's gonna be Windigo. Bulgarians coming out on top. Ships finding himself in the way. Ships not to be stopped already on a triple. He's taking those frags quite easy, and he's still there to hunt the fourth. He finds himself a line as well. 4K coming in the beginning. Ships doesn't really want to stop during that pistol round. Additional dollars, and his accountant says, "Thank you very much for that. You're looking good." Ships, yeah, runs through, gets himself the first. Gonna come down to just a few frags. I mean, hurting the Windigo economy at that point would be quite nice to have. Ships is not to be stopped. The great thing about him is he didn't do the big investment. He's the one going in front and trying to find those frags with the submachine gun that gets you so much dollars. And I mean, free already found $1,800 just due to those free kills, and he probably doesn't want to stop at that point. He's the point man basically right now, going in first, having all the heat drawn to himself. Talking about it, Bubble might just go first in that one, which could hit quite brutal. Gets one. You never know how far those deagles can go, and that will be Voidax trying his best. Hits the first one onto Ships, but with 2 HP, there could be just some Bulgarian basketball making it work. Bubble making a pause and saying their coach now needs to download some software would be the best. One of you lads asked, who do you think has the biggest chance of winning this qualification? That's a difficult one, because we have great teams here. I think the best group right now is Group C. Imperial, Pro, and Hunter and Sprout are teams to never, ever underestimate. Then we have Fractals in Group D. I give it to... It's difficult, really. Imperial has to find a new player, so they will struggle for the moment. Windigo doesn't look in shape for a while. No one in Group A, in my eyes, has the opportunity. Group B might just have a good Nemiga. Tempest Storm still not good enough. I go with... It's really a tough one. Okay, you know what? It's good. I'm just gonna say it's gonna be Sprout. It's gonna be Sprout getting there. That's my guess. with Bubble, somehow ending up on just a Glock. Oh yeah, I always forget there's a high seat invite. Then it's gonna be... I think Space Soldiers are not informed right now. They have a major issue. But let's talk about that after such an eco has ended. Bubble, 1, 2. Yes, he finds himself a second as well. Line taken out. 3-0 for Windigo. Now to get back what I wanted to say. Optic are just on an uprising streak right now. Red Reserve... Weird loss against NIP, but this is just one of the games. Space Soldiers, I think they have a really big problem with their organizer, with Space Soldiers themselves. As far as I know, the salary is not really the best. Then we have ourselves AGO. I find it so weird AGO didn't make it to the minor of Europe, first of all, but I'm gonna say that one spot will be gathered by Optic. I'll give it to Optic. There we go. And as Optic is one of the teams you need to look out for in general in that Tier 2 kind of scene, it now needs to be Windigo looking out for Elements Pro Gaming. Get themselves those M4s as well as that one AWP set. We see, though, the economy of the terrorists allows right now to see... And after this one, they're still able to buy up. This is basically that what you could call a bonus round. Falling Co now taking the aggression towards the A site. It's only going to be a line, and he now has gathered a good bit of information, but he hits not what he used to hit. Punisher now finally getting his head ripped off. And suddenly Malik is exposed. Malik has known that bomb will go down, and the line has no chance to stop it, while Ships has the right kind of idea who's coming in from behind. It's Hooch who always tries to flank, but fails doing so because the awareness of Windigo seems to be there. And Voidax, he sees a bubble. He just takes an elevated angle. Blocker should not do this, because... Wait till your teammate arrives, and then try to do it in a combination. There we have it. That's the man advantage, and a Lion running away. Not quite sure if he's going to be hurt. Walker goes after him. He does. And the Lion might just do the crucial mistake of waiting it out, but that was not really a crucial mistake. Ships now knows as well. He goes for the hunt, and he finds a Lion just midair. This is so brutal to watch. Elements Pro Gaming could have benefited from that AWP as that one anchor player on one of the sides, or at least gaining your teammates one of the guns so goddamn massively that it's all being shut down by really a last-second frag. And you must hate a last-second frag, for real. As Sergeant Major Pokemon says, clutch or kick. Yeah, he has been clutched out. Punisher tapping away one. Still don't understand why people use M4A1S. Because, to be very fair, it's not 2016 anymore. Was it 2015 when it was that gun? I don't remember exactly. Which, though, showing us the golden days of a ZZ picking up too. It's a quite surprising round at that point, because if a Lion who is able to do some great deagle shots shows us exactly his kind of skill, it might turn around by surprise, though. Wrong kind of focus, and therefore Hooch, instead of trying to go up, the thing is, which I don't 100% understand about Hooch here, he can upgrade to full armor. He doesn't, because the opponent has AKs. Let's just elaborate together and discuss. He could try to pick up a gun that is somewhere around here. He killed 2. He could pick that up. He has low HP, so any further fragging is impossible anyway. As I say, this happens. So, I don't know. I think it was the wrong kind of approach. On the one hand, but I mean, he would have probably been killed anyway as Windigo started the hunt. Overpass could be called home soil for the Bulgarians, as they know what they're doing just exactly right here. And those M4s, they now need to be put to use. And that actually very, very efficiently. Punisher holding a tiny gap, waiting for a pixel to just pass from left to right. While Ships, on the other hand, gets attacked by Hooch. And unfortunately, the IGL of Elements Pro Gaming has shown us that he's not really the fragging kind of guy. In the previous round, of course, ZZ has done a very good job, but on the other hand, most of the duels he's not really good at. I mean, we can take a look at it, especially. First of all, we're going to take a look at Malik getting himself Punisher. Allowing Windigo to have a little bit less control. Refrag happening, and allowing once more not hitting a crucial shot. Blocker is benefiting that. Painful it is here for Elements Pro Gaming. They still have 2 players alive, so possible it is, but the Molo onto travel forces him out. Luckily, no one of Windigo is so goddamn nearby. That's the ball down. The bubble finding a frag means Void X. Gotta make it count. A tiny gap in the smoke might help. And the Ship's just tapping him away. It's beautifully done. Windigo on a 6-0. There's a pause. Off bubble coming in, interestingly. That's attack pause. Did Hooch not used to play a Gambit back in the day? He did, actually. He was there back in... 2016 for 10 months. Afterwards, he played a team called S4S for 1 month and then joined EPG in April of 2017. The longest member of Elements Pro Gaming so far. That's the tech pause. Still didn't resolve. There we're having it. Caster, what do you think of Zerk in the Bulgarian scene? I mean, Zerk is an outstanding talent. No doubt about it. Even rumors about him going to C9, possibly, were just existence. He relies at NRG a lot onto team play. There were a few rounds where you could see that he needs his teammate to set him up perfectly, and then he can just shine. I think it's very great what he has established and what he has done so far, and I know Bulgaria has teams like B-Pro, for example, that are also extremely talent machines. But what I've heard, I've talked to Nexa, you know Nexa maybe from Imperial, Serbian guy, that the entire region has a problem with sticking together. Windigo doesn't do that. They're really sticking together for a long time. When you see that success is something they are really working with, something they have achieved, and that for a very good reason. Playing EPL the next season. So I think it's one of the scenes where you have to take a look out, but it's not one of those underground scenes where we continuously see talents coming from. I mean, Estonia and Lithuania are 2 of those regions where you usually see really, really good talents, individual talents coming from, not really teams. But there's a 7-0 for Windigo, and as we see, the money is just building up. They're loving this right now because they can benefit from that, play a little bit more ballsy, a little bit more risky at that point in time. Do you think they can make it EPL fans? I hardly think so, to be very honest. Look now, LO's programming have a quite hard time. They're retreating, but that doesn't even work. That just means Windigo working with that 2-man advantage should go all their way. And then you have to see round number 8, 100% win rates regarding the rounds on this map, which is quite obvious if you think about it. Not even losing a man. And the line is on his own. You hate to see it as an EPG fan. I mean, you get yourself $3,400 after the 5th round losing, but you don't benefit from it if your opponent is just running away with it. And Windigo, they're right now having the speed of a Usain Bolt, because fast-paced aggression in the beginning, waiting out a little, and then just making it work with one coordinated aggression. Ta-da! The Windigo recipe to success. Pick it up right now. 8-0, and Windigo doing it all right. Such a great situation, such a great play, such a great start. Everything is just looking brilliant right now. I have to say, really, it's astonishing. I mean, on paper, you have to see, right? It's EPG never winning this map in that kind of roster. In general, in the past 3 months, with any roster, they have played it 16 times and lost it 10 out of 16 times. And Windigo stats, I mean, 68% win rate in overpass speaks for itself most of the time. And I mean, especially winning not just against any teams, but for example, winning against Gambit, against Avantgarde, against Singularity, against Big, so on and so on. Not just no-namers, you could say. Victor picks up one line, doesn't want to stop. He flicks over onto ships, and that quite beautifully. He's now going to be forced out of his position. Anyway, taken out. And that's going to be Malik, and that's going to be him all on his own. To find what they really, really need, and that is a victory. At least one, finally. It took so goddamn long to pick up a round. It's possible still for Malik. He rips off the head off Bubble, and could do that with Victor as well, but he doesn't hit it then. So many great shots he delivered. A few too many on the body shot there. Over on short. The tap was beautiful, but Jesus. Close enough, but Windigo. So goddamn close to picking up nothing else but number 9, double digit just up ahead. Windigo is not to be stopped, but you need to slam those brakes, and that big time right now. And you see the more passive approach. No one coming under pass. Which not daring to take a more aggressive approach. No one going monster. No one going long, really. Malik does a little bit late, but just for information. They're quite back on the sites. And there we need to see, can Windigo abuse that or not? That was one of the few times I felt like I said something smart, Counter-Strike related. That was actually smart. It felt like it, at least. Either way, getting back to it. It's going to be the A-long aggression coming in from a few. Malik. He's going to have 3 Bulgarians just to his left. Support of a line isn't there at the moment. And that's smart. Because if it's correctly seen, some kind of utility thrown towards the B site. Yeah. Fakes it out, forces players over, and therefore he can find the first. Bubble is aware of what a line tries to do. He's not to be stopped at that point. Voidix and Travel, see what you can do about it, but an impossible task. That obviously is. Punisher. Awareness is there. And Voidix. Oh. Oh, we're getting blocker while Chips gets Voidix through blocker. I think he didn't really want to be alive. Either way. Oh, Windigo, you're showing us what you're made of in that big time. It's Bubble and Cope. Right, no one's working for the aggression, already 2 found. This is just right now process repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. And Windigo, they know how to keep that machine running. 11-0, I really hardly see any way EPG's coming back from this. Really. I'm a guy who loves comebacks. I'm a guy who believes in teams and who believes in winning. My God. I think you hate to see it is the right word for this. And when you suddenly just realize that a round goes like 30 seconds until the bomb is down and most of the players are dead, it's still a line finding those Deagle shots. I think from those 2 maps, you could still make a great frag movie, a short frag movie from Alliance Deagle shots. Line getting himself Victor. Gonna be a tough time for Malik right now. It's still him surviving this. He's damaging a lot of players. I'm not quite sure, yeah, if Blocker's gonna survive there. It doesn't even matter. 16, 16, basically 16 and 16. That's 12-0. A bit of flame damage dealt to Travel. I don't see how anything can go wrong right now. Let's take a look at Blocker. Let's learn something. Where's the smoke gonna land? In front of toilets. And as Elements Pro Gaming still have a chance to at least get 3 rounds in that half. Well, like getting himself very efficient too. And suddenly, does this turn around? Oh, well, getting in line at least. I mean, it's still possible, but I think winning such a round would basically break your will right now. If Voidix still getting Punisher, Bubble totally lost in it. And that 12-1, it's not clean anymore, unfortunately. You thought it could have been cool, but no, it's gonna be probably something along the lines. I think Windigo still have the opportunity to give a round to their opponent. But the double op setup might just make a retake a little bit tougher. You can still try to make it work with close range duels. You can barely win them with those guns. Line. No chance. And as the final one off this half has finally started, Malik can go. You can still get yourself a second. I mean, you would benefit from it. Not one, but that's only going to be Malik life. And you might just have Windigo going 2-0 out of this, and it would be quite brutal, to be very honest. You hear the shots, and I mean, Malik, you have no kit. You barely have any chance. Malik gets himself too. I didn't understand how that right now works, but they line themselves up, and Victor and Bubble dead. Punisher getting a body shot, and I'm quite confused what just happened here towards the end. But hello, it's a 14-1. And at 14-1, well deserved here by Windigo. No doubt about it. All their regressions have been working out quite well. Therefore, you can just hope, in case you're in a Bulgarian. I think we have a few Bulgarians actually in the chat. To get a quite fast, easy victory out of this. And to be very honest, Windigo pistol and you're good to go. I never turned on the half team music, by the way. That was never my intention. 14-1, the Purple Owl that might just defeat Elements Pro Gaming in a quite easy and fast fashion. Would it be a surprise? Not really. Statistics and everything else basically showed us that this team is just too good when it comes down. Hooch going for the quick aggression towards the B site. All the info you have gathered towards B, but is he playing free take Bubble from behind? If he's sneaky enough, he can just go for a monster. And he might make that move. Hutch is probably not expecting this to happen there. He does, and he finds the frag. Unfortunate timing for Bubble. Blocker getting himself a line, though. And this is the point in time where you don't really want to struggle, but Malik, close range together with his teammate. And the kit onto Ships. Still might make it work. Ships on his own. And even tap away Malik. He can't, but Travel coming in from behind. EPG, do you come back or not? To be real, it would be a big surprise. With CZs and Deagles, I mean, you can still make it work, no doubt about it. And as we're talking about just this, Lion & Co. already made it over to the site. Well, now Bubble could try to find it with his teammates, and daring to do so, it's a very legitimate option. No doubt about it. You can still try to make that one work. Problem is, though, you need to be quite fast. No kit on any of the players means you're gonna have a hard time with this. Travel is now known. Chips, accuracy is there. Punisher with another onto Hooch, and suddenly it's only Voidex as well as a Lion. And those two players, they now need to be on their top, legitimately. With that kind of setup, you can only be on your top, basically. A close by play, and another one to find. It works! Is the defuse enough for Victor, though? I doubt it. Or do I? I'm not quite sure. It works! Windigo, you are some goddamn Bulgarian magicians. How is that even allowed to work out? I have no clue. But it's so well done. The CTs, the right kind of setup, the right kind of guns, and the right kind of initial situation, they could be very good to go. Hooch having a headshot from the nade, basically. Down to 41, taken out in the end. Which now gives Travel & Co. a little bit of a free ticket over there onto the side of A. It's gonna be a bit off the top of a retake. Victor just hits himself the first. Travel comes in from behind and is gonna find himself one. That's a bank player now. No one, but they're coming around left, right, and center, and they're doing this all right. EPG getting the third. And as Windigo is once more down to the pistols, how fast can they bring this back? Technically speaking, they could be bringing this back quite easily. So it's got to be only... I mean, a 29 HP player, that works. And Blocker and Co. Didn't really have the kind of gameplay for this. He finds himself on 1 and 2! What is wrong with you, Blocker? Just 2 more to find. He could ace this out. Gets himself to 1 and 2 Hooch. And Malik is just a body shot away from dying. He could just ace this out to secure the 16 to 3. Passes though over himself along, and Malik has the right idea to it. Passes by. Blocker needs to be aware but can't make it. Jesus Christ, Windigo. And just the basic pistols now. I mean, Victor going for the aggression, trying to find 1 or 2. Victor starting it up hot, the Blocker. Our final one, no problem. With all those guns and that kind of right setup, you should be able to finish this off ASAP. As Bubble finds himself the first, Hooch taken out. GG could come in quite soon. The aggression is major. Victor with one. How fast was just that? The last round ending in quite unexpected fashion, we have to say. That's going to be Windigo taking home the game 2-0. First of all, it's Mirage, a little bit shaky in the beginning. But, I mean, EPG picked the map Windigo feels comfortable on. Then Windigo went on their home soil. And we saw how it ended. This was Windigo taking home the first victory of the StarSeries I-League Season 6 qualifier of the European Union. I'm Zesh. I hope you enjoyed the show. We're going to be seeing each other hopefully soon here on the Starland Channel. And till then, enjoy your time and see you.
Place your bets. Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.